You're probably gonna find something useful in this video for you. That's why even on a subconscious level, you knew there would be something here for you. So let's just go ahead and see what comes out. This is gonna be a message for somebody that needs to hear it, all right? Regardless of time, regardless of anything else. Let's just see what I'm able to get here for you. So I feel like this is a push for you to manifest what you want. First card coming out is the uncreated. So this makes me feel like you have something on your mind that you really want in your life, but it's almost like you haven't tapped into that potential. You're choosing not to tap into that potential, right? Maybe you don't realize that you're choosing that though. Maybe it just kind of feels like you're blocked. But it's a choice, I feel like, not to believe in your power to be able to create what you want. Once you're conscious of that choice. A lot of people just feel, I feel like, disempowered. You know, people just feel like they can't do things. Like they have all these dreams, all these aspirations. But there's this sense of disempowerment, like they can't break free from something that they need to break free from. But I do feel that that's a choice to be disempowered to a certain extent. I'm not talking about like physical limitations or like things like that. I'm talking about making the choice to put in the effort or making the choice to break through whatever these mental barriers you have that are keeping you back, always putting something off for the next day or saying, no, I'm actually not that type of person, but it would be nice. Why not? You can be like any type of person. It's just about what you strive for. But there's a realm of the uncreated for you that it's kind of like you're wishing you had it. You're wishing you were in that phase. You're wishing you were that person. You're wishing it but like it's all these wishes. It's all these things. Why? It's kind of weird. This is kind of reminding me of like a green thumb. Maybe this is about tending to your garden, about growth and expansion, the season of spring, right? Planting seeds right now and tending to them so they can grow. I feel this is also about communicating with what you really, really deep inside do want. There's your dreams, but they exist up here, right? There's these, that'll be nice one day to have this, or I'll do this one day. Those all exist over here. They're just thoughts. Deep within you though, which is, I feel like where this wants to connect you. Deep within you, there's more, it's more like knowledge. It's more like, I know this can be mine. I know I have this power. Deep at our core, we all feel the same way. We all know our power and we all know what is best for us. But how many layers of delusion or how many layers of whatever are covering it up? For different people, there's tons. For some people, there's not that much. This is about going beneath all those layers within and finding that untapped potential that you have to create the things that you want, which when it's coming from within are the things that are best for you as well. Because your higher self or your true self or the most connected part of you to source knows that the things that you really want are also the things that are best for you. When you want things that aren't so good for you, it's not super connected to your center. Those are just egoic desires or, I don't know, misguided things. We also have the moon coming out. I see the hand holding the moon, which is about physically being able to understand your emotions, your subconscious, and what's going on within you. It's about harnessing your shadow. It's weird that the moon is kind of striking me as shadow, but the moon is also a big glowing orb of light. It can create shadow, right? If it's bright enough, you know, there's like moonlight shadows. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. And it's saying to basically look at that light that you have in that untapped part of you, which for a lot of people, that shadow is fear, it's struggle, but it's just the part of you that you don't realize is there. You could also look into things like the positive aspects of your shadow. And this is what I'm talking about here, the untapped potential. The you that doesn't believe that you're this type of person that's capable of something great, you know, or the you that isn't so positive. You know, there's good and bad in your shadow aspects of you. And I think a lot of people focus on the fear that's there or the limitations that it imposes. But there's also like the shining bright versions of you that you pushed down because you felt that you weren't enough or you weren't good enough or some person from your childhood taught you this or that. It's all there. Open up that communication so you can create. That's what these cards say. Those 3 cards say that sentence. Going into some more oracles before I get into your tarot reading. So growth is trying to pop out there, right? So this is a reading for somebody who's really, I feel like, focused on growing. I'm getting love vibes, like love vibes. Do love, do love, do love. But I feel like this is about growth, like interpersonal growth, not necessarily love. A leap of faith is needed. Growth and leap. So it's almost like you got to jump into your growth there. Take that leap into the next step, the next phase of your life. The unknown trying to pop out there. Observe, but it's upside down. Look at things differently. You've been intently focusing in like a meditative state or in a spiritual state on maybe just like the surface aspect of something. There's so much more depth and there's so much more information behind what you've been focusing on. You think you have it all right, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg. This is about like a spiritual practice or a meditation or something that you're literally observing in a state of calm. There's more to it, right? You think you know all about that or that you have the answer there, but no, there's something deeper. There's more to it. And that's not a bad thing. It's not saying that you're doing it wrong. I almost feel that it's more gentle than you believe, whatever that may be. Mind and body coming out too. So that's union right there. Needing to keep these two together, I guess. Maybe they're disjointed. Basically, the mind's running amok and it needs to be grounded more into the body. And I almost feel it needs to be weakened by dispersing it into the different chakras. So really grounding that energy of the mind into something more holistic because it's becoming its own entity, if that makes sense to you. And that's creating a lot of control, false control, illusion, delusion, stuff like that. All of these oracles have poems attached. You could look up the Poesis poem directory if any of the cards speak to you. And the author has cute little poems for them. So you know, just so you know, watcher, be sure to subscribe if you like this video. There's going to be a lot more like this coming and there's a lot more like this already. Rage, let it out, as well as trust and feel. So you have to trust this point in your life. Maybe one of the reasons that you're not tapping into all this untapped potential is because it involves facing something, releasing something, changing something. But rage is kind of like, it's letting it out. It's letting go, it's letting it out. It's both. When you let go, you let out. It's a purge. It's a lot of intensity, right? People avoid the intensity. They cover it up with other things or they distract themselves from it. But if you do decide to take that dip into, I guess, what's your own intensity or the feelings of letting something go, and start to really trust the way that you feel and really trust your guidance, then I feel that's okay. Like, I feel that's good for you. You know what I mean? Two piles. One, continuing this discussion probably. The other is going to be love stuff. Yeah. There's a huge push to let something go. And it gets heavy when you do, but then you gotta go through it. You will be reborn and you ease your mind in doing so. Rebirth, which is the death card. There's 2 death cards in this deck that I put, as well as the 4 of swords. A peaceful rebirth, strength at the bottom. Boom. Oh, I wanted to grab, before we get into these 2 piles, I wanted to grab zodiac sign cards. You'll see. Wait a sec. dig the pants. I dig the pants. All right, so just to get some, these could be energies of the signs. These could be signs that you are or that are important to you in some way. All right, so for the general pile, continuing that discussion, as well as for the love pile, we'll do 2 for the love pile. All right. Anyhow, I'll do love in a sec. For the general stuff, what we get in here. You got to ground into your heart. It does look like you're going astray a little bit. Maybe lying to yourself, allowing somebody to lie to you. Again, this is about connecting to how you feel and your intuition. There's self-deceit or there's deceit around you if you don't ground into your heart and into your intuition. And you're likely not, because if you do, you get all these fucking intuitive things or feelings coming up, and that's just like a mess for you, it feels like. So, all right. So we got Aries coming out for our general discussion, which is a great card. Maybe you're in Aries, sun, moon, rising. I'm feeling sun or moon if it's going to hit the mark. Aries is about really stepping up and taking command, being the leader, right? Boundaries, being very firm, very practical to me, very logical. Not taking no for an answer. There's no self-deceit with Aries. You know what I mean? So there's that kind of governing energy for our current discussion. And these zodiac cards come from this deck, Tarot Obscuro, which I have all the info in the description box. I pulled them out separately. We get strength again, so a lot of fire energy coming through. Strength could be Leo energy. All right. Queen of Swords is somebody that listens to her mind. And she's good at it, definitely. Even though it can work against her a little bit, but let's just say she's good at it. For some reason, you listening to just your mind is isolating you, like I said, from the intuition and from what is needed at this time. So you've got to pivot a little bit away from the mind and into feelings. It's almost like you got to let yourself run wild a little bit. You've got to kind of like unleash the beast here, right? So I'm kind of feeling like there is so much potential that is being held back. There's so much you that is being held back. You're likely talking yourself out of something, out of your true power, right? This might be a very subconscious reading, so this may not all register at first. Maybe you'll come back in a couple months and be like, wait, he was actually really onto something. King of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles at the bottom. Again, more fire energy. I'm feeling a lot of fire and water for the viewer who's watching this. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, heavy on the Leo, Aries. And then for water, I feel a little bit of Scorpio, Cancer, maybe some Pisces around there too. The inner child wants to speak. The heart wants to speak. It's time to listen and to not ignore it, whatever that means for you. In that union, you find greater balance in your life. Angelic balance, heavenly balance, spiritual balance. As for love, all right, this may just be about self-love or like energies of love. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily about a specific person. The Lovers. Maybe it is coming out. Lovers is Gemini energy as well, but I mean, I think this is about relationship or something with the Lovers coming out. Who wants to come out for love in this reading? That would be most helpful for my beautiful viewer. Who wants to come out in this reading with love, please? Four of Swords again, calming the mind. Zodiac signs, we have Leo and Libra coming out for, again with the fire energy, Leo, that fire sign. Libra, that kind of Queen of Swords energy that I was talking about, air energy. Immediately it's about balancing desire, making logical decisions, but also working with what you really want and really desire cannot be stopped in love, but you still must be balanced and logical. I feel like there's this adamancy or an unrealistic drive for someone or something in love. It's not saying to quell that. I feel like with the Leo energy coming through, that's there. That's not going to be stopped. Leo can be very stubborn when Leo wants something, but Libra's trying to put it in check. All right, you see the feathers and the stone. Libra's kind of saying, listen, okay, you want what you want, whatever, but are you in balance? Basically, is kind of what I'm getting here. So the Lovers is kind of showing me that there's something, it doesn't matter, because I'm hearing that there's something major on the horizon. There's something big on the horizon. Look up. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing, bro. That's the Lover's card. You can look at it, see if you get anything from it. Beautiful card, beautiful colors. If you haven't met someone who's kind of activating a lot within you, this might be about doing that work that's coming up for you. This path will likely lead you towards a very beautiful union. But I feel that the nature of the love that I'm picking up on now is about bringing the self into balance and then moving forward from there. Because we had the four, however this dude came out, this dude like popped out saying, you know, just like the Libra card is about keeping things in balance, keeping things in check. Four of Swords is very meditative. It's about being able to clear your mind, clean your mind, focus your mind, choose where your mind goes, stuff like that. So I feel like, you know, these aspects of air energy is what they are. Swords are really coming out mostly for this. This isn't about going into your subconscious and talking and doing the shadow stuff. That's your personal stuff. Here in love, which is tied to the personal stuff, of course. Here in love, it's about, okay, what's up with your mind? You know what I mean? Back in the general reading, the mind was really just kind of, I feel like, overriding all of the deep subconscious spiritual stuff anyways. And this is probably the root of all of that. So when you're kind of putting your mind in check in love, you're freeing up space for your personal growth in your general stuff. What else is coming out here? All right, working to see things that you cannot see. Not being able to see results or things that you want to see. Blocked from understanding something about love, blocked from a relationship or a person, you cannot see something there. But even though that blockage is there, even though there's that obstacle, right? So there's something that you can't see. Are they the one? Will I be with them? I don't know. You're blocked from it. And that may be because you're meant to balance the mind with that blockage there. That's maybe the only way to do it. With the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you're supposed to give yourself a reset, a fresh start, fresh grounded energy. Working towards that, at least. Working on that. And not putting that on hold because maybe you want to sit around and wait for a love to come through that'll save you, basically, right? Will it save you? It can make you feel more healed. It can make you feel really good, right? You'll feel 10 times better if you've already started understanding yourself and putting in the work, right? Metaphor. All right, you're on the ground, all bleedy, all cryy, right? And you see that person over that you like and you want them to come pick you up and make you feel better. What is it like? Where's your power? You know what I mean? Wash yourself off, you know, stitch, band-aid, whatever. Start to like get up and try to walk a little bit, right? When that person comes along, you'll already kind of like know how to take care of yourself. You already like know what to do. So you can just kind of like join them, right? They're not like doing anything for you. You know what I mean? And you just feel good. Not exactly 100% what I'm saying is your situation, but it's a good metaphor to plant a seed for where I'm getting with these three cards right here. You know what I mean? Anything else you need to know? In the extended, I'm going to pull for your person's energy if you are connected to somebody. I'll read a little bit about these three cards up here for your general stuff. And I don't know, we'll just see where it flows in the extended, but I'll try to do a little bit for your person if you want me to read for that. So again, we got Rebirth, we got the Ten of Swords, and we got the Four of Wands. This is coming out just pulling a little bit for whatever else you need to know and love. And I feel that this is the rebirth and the restabilization after a very difficult period in your love life. Nothing bad's going on here. This isn't doom and gloom type shit. This is just about becoming your best self and likely finding a really good relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But let's acknowledge here with the Ten of Swords next to that rebirth card. Yeah, you've come out of some shit. No wonder that you're feeling the way that you are. Now it's time to start working your way out of it into the light. All right. I'll catch you in that extended. It's in the description box below. This is releasing during the 3rd week of the month. So this is going to be a wave 3 extended. All right. See you guys. Thank you very much. If you're not coming to the extended, that's fine. I hope this helped. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment your sun, moon, rising signs in the description, in the comment section below. And I will see you next time, Taroversians. Goodbye.